guys? Welcome back. This is History of Digimon Digital Monsters Season 1, Episode 37 of my show, but this is about Episode 36. Now, before I actually start talking about it, again, I want to thank you for your support, and we are like 3 episodes away from the end of this third arc, which is good. I just really want to get that out of the way. And like I said, I'll probably do it after I finish all 5 seasons of the Digimon series. I'll probably do a history on a more on another anime series, like a more teenage appropriate one, like one I have on Netflix, like Soul Eater or something like that. And probably the videos for that will probably have to be like most of them will have to be over 20 minutes. Oh, and also I'll also make another video over 20 minutes to cover the Dark Master character bios and stuff. And also, like I said in the previous video, since there's like a 4-year time gap between the original and the sequel series, I'm gonna have to do a little side project, like a review of a movie or something like that. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. Now getting into it, this is History of Digimon Digital Monsters, Season 1, Episode 37 of my show, but this is about Episode 36. And before I start talking about it again, I just want to mention thank you all for your support with the series, giving me the likes, views, comments, and subscribing. I got 46 right now. I really want to get to 100. I really do want to get there. It's going to be a big accomplishment for me if I get to 100. Really, it will. And now getting into it, like I said, this is History of Digimon Digital Monsters Season 1, Episode 37. This is about Episode 36 of Season 1. And in the English dub, Episode 36 of Season 1 is called City Under Siege, which is kind of an appropriate title for it. And basically what happens is it continues off with the battle between Lilymon and Myotismon. Lilymon uses her far cannon attack that I explained in the previous video. And Myotismon seems to deflect it. And then he uses his Crimson Lightning, and then during the battle, and then later on during the battle, he uses another one of his attacks, which is that third one I stated, which is called Nightmare Claw, which is basically, like I said, he shoots this shadow out of his body, and it kind of paralyzes his opponent, which is kind of effective. Really, it's effective. And then basically what happens after that is getting into it. Lilymon's on the ground and stuff. She's like injured from the Nightmare Claw, and then basically what happens is when it's in the station area where TK is, he sees Joe, and then what happens after that is basically he thought Joe would still be in town with the others and stuff, and then what happens after that is basically he says that he was across the harbor when like the power went out and stuff, which is kind of funny. And basically what happens is, oh, I should also mention this in the second last video for this arc, and we will be introduced to Joe's older brother Jim, like I stated when I did his character bio. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. So about 2 videos from now we'll be introduced to Jim's character and stuff. I just thought I'd get that out of the way again. And then basically what happens is, he says that then TK's saying that they're stuck there while everyone else is stuck out there in the fog and stuff, so they kind of feel kind of helpless. And basically what happens after that is Joe saying that they got their trump card right there, and then he shows Goemon in the bag, and then what happens is TK and Patamon get a little excited about that, and then it goes to the scene where they're digivolving to the champion level, and Goemon digivolves to a Takumon, and then what happens is, when it goes past the scene where they're digivolving to the ultimate level, what happens after that is, one of the people that's in the area where TK and Joe are, he sees them and he's freaking out, he's like, look, it's another one! And then TK's mom starts going up, and she starts running to where he is, and she's asking him what that thing is, and he wants him to get off it. And then he's saying that then TK's introducing Joe to his mom, and then he says that Joe said that he was in TK's woodworking class back at summer camp, and he almost cut off one of Joe's fingers with a saw, but he wouldn't get into that. And then TK said that the saw slipped and he missed him by a mile, and then she said that's not what she was wondering about, and then TK is basically saying that he's telling her as long he'll be back with Matt and their dad by dinner time, and then she's getting a little upset because she's lost all of them now, which is kind of depressing, because if you guys remember back when I did TK and Matt's character bios, I stated that the family kind of split up because of the event that happened in Hidden View Terrace in Odaiba. I'll explain more about that event when I get to the 45th episode of the first season, which is a part of the Dark Master Saga. I got that. I just want to get that out of the way again. I explained some of it, but I didn't explain like the whole bunch of it. Like, just a small bit of it, the part where Paramount showed up in the battle they had. I'll explain more about what happened after that, like, in the digital world, before the kids showed up in the series, in the first episode. I'll explain more about that when I get to episode 45. But it'll probably have to be like a short video, because apparently the 45th episode is at least 19 minutes long, so... And that's the same thing with this last video of this arc. It's going to have to be a short one as well. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. And then basically what happens after that is, Matt is walking with Gabumon, and Tai shows up where he is, and he's telling them that they got to talk. And then when they're talking, Matt's like astounded. He's like, "What? You got to be kidding me!" And then Tai says that it's true, Kari's the 8th child and stuff, and then it goes into where Joe and TK and Patamon are on a Tuskmon, and they see Wizardmon floating, and he shows them the crest, and he's like, "Yes, it belongs to the 8th child," and then TK and Joe are astounded by that, and basically what happens after that is, they're like, "Oh, the 8th child!" And then later on, Ty's telling Kari that he needs her to be a big, strong girl for him while he's away, and what happens after that is basically telling Matt to give them like 2 hours. If they're not back in time, they have to get out of where they are and stuff, and then it goes to where TK is with Joe, and they're getting up, and Wizardmon wakes up, and he's wondering where Kari is, and he wants them to give the crest to Kari, and then Joe's like, you want us to give that crest to Kari, but if you want us to give it to Tyson to Kari, then that means she's the only get the top, we've been looking for all along! And then TK's like a little, got this weird face on him, he's like, I'm always the last one to find out about stuff like this! Oh, that's kind of funny, guys, it's funny. And basically, then what happens is after that, it shows up where, it shows Ty and Agumon going into the train station, and then what happens after that is, he meets up with Sora, and after he finds Lilymon knocked down, he's saying that Iotismon's got everyone holed up in the whole district at the convention center, including Mimi and his parents, and he's saying, I got enough about having this guy, and then he tells Sora to meet up with Matt back at Aqua City in the warehouse district, but then Phantomon overhears that, and then what happens after that is, he's like, the plot begins. Oh, sorry, I didn't want to do that way. Now, getting back into it, with Joe and TK, after they find out about Kari being the child, they're trying to get to where the bridge is and get past the fog barrier, and then there's this weird noise showing up, and then Joe's wondering if TK's stomach's growling, or did he hear something bad, and then what happens is, then this weird serpent, like, sea serpent Digimon shows up. Now, I'll just explain who he is. If you guys remember back to when I did episode 4 of my show, but about episode 3 with the clips where I introduced Seadramon, this is another version of him. He's called MegaSeadramon. He's actually the ultimate level Digimon of If you're wondering if he's a Mega level Digimon because of his name, he's not. He's actually an Ultimate level Digimon and stuff. And his special attacks in this first season are called Thunder Javelin and Mega Ice Blast, which is basically a different version of Seadramon's Ice Blast that he shoots out of his mouth. And what happens is, and the Thunder Javelin attack is basically an electrical attack that he shoots out of this little horn thing that he has on his head. Oh, and the last version of Seadramon's evolutionary forms is the Mega form is a member of the Dark Masters that I will talk about when I do the character bios for them. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. And then basically what happens is while they're fighting MegaSeadramon, TK's bobbing up and down in the water because he can't swim too good, and then Joe takes him out from under the water, and he says that he wouldn't want his mom to worry about him because he's just a kid and he's responsible for him. And then Joe's crest of reliability glows. Now, this is what I meant when I said in this episode we would find out the final evolutionary form of Tuskmon. He's actually called Zudomon, basically. He's Goemon's fully Digivolved form, and his special attack in this first season is what's known as Zalton's Hammer, which is that little steel hammer that he has, which he can use in different ways. In one case, he can use it to hit the ground, which causes an electrical blast, and the other way is, which is one that he shows in episode 46 when Edamon's finally defeated. But I won't explain about that till I get to the. But basically, he just throws it at him. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. And then basically, what happens is when and TK's wondering who that is, and then Zudomon's character bio shows up, and then Padamon's saying that he was wondering when Zudomon would show up, and then using Joe's Digivice and Crest, he somehow manages to cut a opening through the fog bank, and then what happens after that is basically what happens after that is they go through the fog bank before it closes, and then it shows up where Sora and Joe and Matt are, and wondering, and they're wondering what to do. And then basically what happens is Phantom says that he has a suggestion. He doesn't get why the Master's been wasting his time searching for the 8th child, whereas he could just destroy them when it wants easier to destroy them all and stuff. And then what happens after that is basically he summons 2 of Myotison's other servants. The first one is a green dinosaur with a horn on his head, and the other is like a praying mantis Digimon with the scythe hands. Now I'll just explain who the dinosaur one is called. He's actually called Tuskmon, and when his character bio shows up, Phantomon makes a little bit of a joke about that, like he's saying, but you better watch out! Avoiding his razor sharp horns is no easy task. Oh man, that's kind of funny. I'm sorry, but that is a bit funny. And then when Snimon's character bio shows up, he says that Snimon is a praying mantis, a deadly praying mantis type Digimon, which is kind of appropriate because they're all about to become his prey and stuff. And they start attacking, and then Garurumon and while Garurumon and Garudamon are fighting, Kari starts getting a little upset, and then she gives herself up. Now this is kind of crucial for Kari's character, in my personal opinion, because she's trying to save her friends by giving herself up to Myotismon and stuff. And she tells Phantomon that she's the 8th child, and she'll go with them if she just stops hurting her friends and leaves them alone. She'll go with them wherever she wants. And Phantomon's like, what a refreshingly helpful attitude. It's a deal. And then what happens is he causes a spear to come up over Kari, and then he takes her away, and then Sora's wanting Matt to stop her, and then Matt is saying that Sora's wondering what they'll do, and then Matt is saying that he doesn't know because Tai is going to be really mad at him. And that's basically where the episode stops. So if you guys like this video on YouTube, just please give it the real best you guys can, and I'll see you guys next time. Keep it digital, guys. Oh, and one more thing. We are like three videos away from the end of this arc. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. So until next time, guys, I'll see you later.